Can I charge my ENERGICA from this? I think they call this like a portable power station something. It's like those power banks, but then a huge battery. Wow, huge. I believe this one, it's an ECOFLOW. Well, it's on the other side probably. An ECOFLOW of I think it's around 1400 watt hours, so 1.4 kilowatt hours. I think it will work, but still I'll give it a try and I'll show you what it does. The thing with ENERGICA is, even if this doesn't, this has a built-in inverter, so it does also invert the DC power to AC power, so that you can charge or use things that are powered from general power outlets. And in that conversion it has an output of, I believe this one does 1400 watts. I have a smaller one that does like 600 watts. And for zero, the 600 watts is not enough, because the charger that I have that goes into this type 2, it's an European 220 volt socket. The chargers that I have that go in there and convert to type 2 have a setting to reduce the output power, but I can only reduce it down to 6 amps, and 600 watts times 220 is still more than that, still less than that. So I think I tested on the ENERGICA, I did only 4 amps, and then it was already boosting. It has some kind of boost, well, this has a more output power anyway, but it also has some kind of boost option where it would increase the amps, but in order to do so it decreases the output voltage. Now, if you're using some devices that aren't too picky on output voltage, will just keep working, but like a charger, as soon as it drops below 200 volt, it just shuts out or shuts down and stops charging. But let's go check with the ENERGICA. Yeah, like I said, it's only 1400 watt hours, so you'll get around 10% charge if you deplete this. Well, probably a bit less because you have losses as well, but around 10%. If you have it fully charged, it's not even fully, well, it's 90%. It's currently holding 90% of its charge. And then will it save you? Well, it's too heavy to just carry with you, but it could save you. I think it will give you like around, if you ride carefully, it could give you around 30 kilometers, something around 30 kilometers. So yeah, that's some range, but not on the highway, of course. Let's go and test this. This ECOFLOW unit, it's built rather nicely. It has inputs. Like this is for charging from the grid. This is just a fuse, and this is if you're into model cars and airplanes, RC toys, then you probably know this as an XT60 connector that can be used to charge from a car or from solar. These are the type 2 socket, the Shuko socket that I will need. So I can also, very nice is that you see these buttons, you can enable and disable whatever outlet you will be using. And on the other one that I have, you can also ground it. I don't see any ground connection for this one. It has this rubber feet, so and nice grab handles, so you can move it around. So let's just plug it in. No, it's not powered yet, so if I well, it's running, but so 90% is available. It also shows the amount that it's currently drawing, so that would be nice to see. Enable these. So now the output, 220 volt output is enabled. Nothing is happening yet. But I might have set it on full power. Yeah, it's not charging for the moment, but I probably also I can reduce it here. If I wait for the blinking, so if it blinks once when I press this and hold this, then it's at its lowest setting, and the lowest setting is like 6 amps. I don't really know why it's not charging for the moment, because maybe I tripped it already. No, it's still on. Let's try to... I probably shouldn't have plugged it in already without it being powered on. So now it's powered, plugged in. Okay, now the bike is going into charge like this. The benefit of the ENERGICA system is that I can also use these mode toggles to change the output. If for some reason you don't have an option to reduce the output power here, then you can always use that to reduce it. So I'm at 6 amps now, 1 kilowatt charging. That's the setting that I've selected here. It's currently drawing 13 watts. That's about the rating that this system is. It will be empty in 45 minutes. That's this number. That's the current capacity. And then down low is how much. Also nice, of course, now it's blowing because blowing air because it's working hard. Around 13 amps. Let's see how much we can. Let's also disable this. This is the DC output. Not that I was drawing anything from it, but let's see now how much we can increase the power. I expect it to go up to 8 amps maybe, but probably not more than 8. 8 is 2 blinks, so just 1, 2, so now it will go up to 8 amps. And there it goes, 8 amps, 2 kilowatts. Well, that's a rounded number. It's almost 2 kilowatts. Like 1800 it's currently drawing. This is already more than the continuous rating of the inverter on it, but it's still, yeah, it's still holding. Yeah, let's go up some. Well, let's put this one here down to 8 amps like this, and then I'll put this on the full 4 blinks. It is, I think that's full. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the full speed. 13 amps. So 6, 8, 10 or 13. You have those. You have this also in a version that goes up to 16 amps. And now I still need to increase it over here. Now I can simply increase on the bike. So currently still 1800, well, almost 1800. 9 amps. Still going to 18 watts. 1800 watts, I should say. Half an hour to deplete it. 10 amps. Let's try on 10 amps. I expect it to shut down and go in safety anytime now. So 2000 watts it's pulling. It fluctuates a bit. I might be balancing already. Yeah, sure. I'm at 89%, so it will be balancing. So let's go one more up. 11 amps. And that's already a lot more than I expected it to pull. Like 2100, but still going. Let's go up one more. 12 amps. Yeah, it's toggling between 11 and 12 amps. Still doing it. 2300 watts, and you can change them as well. At least on the newer models, not sure if it works on this one. The newer models have it tripped. So even at 10 amps, it will eventually trip. Meaning that for continuous charging you probably need to set it to 8 amps. Isn't that what I said in the first place? I think so. I hate it when I'm right. Sometimes. But I'm being skeptic. And then I'm right. So just below 2000 watts. That's going. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah, at 8 amps it's going, so it's probably almost empty already. 12 minutes to go, 34% left. And okay, like 2% charged or so. Yeah, it works.